All right, live from Brooklyn, New York. Lady Ada, what is this?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to Show and Tell. It's me, Lady Ada, with me, Mr. Lady Ada. Like we said, we're now broadcasting from close to downtown Brooklyn. We moved from Manhattan to Brooklyn. That's why we were off for a month during the company move and a personal move. We're back. We're going to keep working on our setup, make it better and better. But we kind of cobbled something together just to get online. We have like a cable running through the hallway, so we have to connect that to this machine. We will stop at nothing to get you the content you know and love. For the next 20 minutes or so, we're going to check in with people from around the community, Adafruiters or people who just love to make and create and hack and craft, see what they're up to. Come on by. We're in Discord. You can join the Adafruit Discord, and the StreamYard link is there. Or you use a camera, a microphone, and something cool to show off.
Alrighty. Don't forget to tune in to Ask an Engineer tonight. We're going to show and share our move to Brooklyn. We are in Industry City. That is a new home of Adafruit. Big move and upgrade for us for a U.S. New York-based company. And speaking of, we're going to start with Trevor. What do you got going on this week?
Hey, Trev.
Hello. What's up, guys? Welcome to Brooklyn. This is what I have going on. So right now I'm working on adding some new features to our instaSNAP app. Basically, we use instaSNAP to integrate Adafruit I/O into the Apple ecosystem. And in this current update, we've added some shortcut actions to instaSNAP. So you can be able to use, so you're able to use some shortcuts within, well, you can use actions within your Apple shortcuts. For an example, I created a music player. Well, at least you can kind of see exactly what I'm listening to, or via Apple Music. So when I play a song, the recipe goes within the shortcuts. If I play a song, what I'll do is you'll send that the song details to my Adafruit I/O feed, and from there I hooked up my this LED matrix. We're in the Matrix Portal S3, where it displays the song details, and within the song details, like there is like a YouTube. It's not a very like YouTube friendly word in the song title, so I kind of like filtered out that word with done for. I don't know if you see this right here.
What do you mean? What do you mean it was not YouTube friendly?
So there's a word in the song title that is not YouTube friendly. So
you can't
basically, what's that?
You can't say the word, or you get censored. How does that actually?
You can't use that word. Or else you will get
flagged.
yeah, basically. So next time I should probably use that. So right now it says Bella Loriga's is done for.
Okay, well that's like the rated G version of the song or something.
Yeah. Right. So within the shortcuts, I was able to filter out like that word. And basically, you're able to kind of do so much with the Apple shortcuts.
Can you show what that shortcut looks like on your phone? Is that possible? I don't know if it's like you can.
Let me see. I will have to cast it, but I can.
No, do a little video and
we'll
do a blog post or something. Okay. Video.
Yeah, we'll do a guide later, right?
Yeah, it's hard to.
Yeah.
On the phone. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much, Trevor. Where can people find out more about this?
Well, the update will be live tomorrow, and we will have a blog post about it tomorrow as well.
Alrighty. Thanks so much, Trevor. Next, Brent, what you got going on, Brent?
Hi, I have a project using the app that Trevor was just talking about.
Wow.
So it's like a little PyPortal, shows the location based on the instaSNAP app, and we have a guide for it. So I wrote this guide today and the day before.
Yeah.
And it uses instaSNAP, and what it does is it bridges between like Adafruit I/O and like the Apple, like my phone. So earlier today, I actually took a walk like all the way down the street and came back home to change this like between work and home, and it worked beautifully. Like the automation's super simple. You click arrive, you enter a location, this old office, and then you tell it what you want it to do. And you say send the value, and you just send the value. I'm at work to a feed, and you can select your Adafruit I/O feed.
That's cool.
And then you can do
your phone as a sensor.
Yeah, so like you could have multiple. So you could have like when I arrive, like at work, when I'm leaving, I'm commuting, or when I'm at the park, I'm like at the gym or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can like use your phone to send data to Adafruit I/O, which we haven't been able to do before. or if we have, it's been really, really complicated. And this was super easy to set up, and we have a guide for it that's live now.
It's neat. Yeah.
Alrighty. Thanks so much. Making things way too easy.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Next up, we're going to go to JP. JP, what do you got going on this week?
Hey, speaking of making things too easy, I've got one of these lovely little Raspberry Pi with a 7-inch display and the SmartyPi stand, which gives you a kind of compact picture frame sized Raspberry Pi. And I am Olympics crazy. I've been loving watching Olympics pretty much nonstop. I can't get enough. So now I've got the Olympics Instagram feed showing up on this little picture frame.
Cool.
So this was a project that Lady Ada recommended. We try to figure out how can we make sort of a picture frame for Instagram that you could give to relatives. That's something that doesn't really need much hands-on action or support or figuring out. And I have a fairly simple solution. So I'm going to be working on a guide for this, but this is able to go and scrape up some photos off of pretty much any public Instagram account and display them with a little open source command line image viewer as a slideshow. And we're going to add some little features to it for orientation if you want to do more of a portrait versus landscape thing. And it just auto starts and checks for images on a fairly regular schedule. So this is going to be the Instagram frame project.
This is nice because, someone say, well, just use your phone. Well, if you're giving this to someone you like, you wouldn't just say like, go have like an just here, go read the comments and, here's the direct messages you might get, or like go to the comments on the Olympic photos, it's like, that's not fun. So this is the best part of Instagram that you can give as a gift or more.
And then the other one was like, you had to pay a subscription fee. So I was like, well, let's do it in a way that's like open source and free and use off-the-shelf stuff.
Yeah, exactly that. So that's the project. And I'll probably poke around with this a little bit on my show tomorrow and more. So come on by. Yeah.
And big super thanks, JP, for doing the 8 p.m. slot on Wednesdays while we were moving.
You're very welcome. It was fun to do a hybrid show.
Appreciate it. Okay. Thanks, JP.
Thanks. Great to have you back.
Alrighty. Erin, what do you got going on this week?
This week I got a really cool project. This is my brand new LED tree.
Yay, hats.
This is cool.
Yeah. So it's a pretty cool little project. It's using a QT Py ESP32 and a WLED. This little 3D printed orange detail, let's see if I can get it lined up on my camera, is actually a button as well. So if I single click it, I get mode switches. I've got 2D animations running on here, which is really a lot of fun. And I've also got sound reactive. There is a little microphone hidden right on the front. Hello, my top hat. And a whole bunch of different sound reactive modes and animations and everything.
I like that the mapping is done too. So that's a swirl of LEDs, but it looks like it's doing the correct 2D matrix stuff.
It sure is, and it was pretty easy to set up in WLED. Like this I didn't do a single line of code.
Great.
This is amazing. It's all compact. It's got all the bits and pieces inside. So I just launched a tutorial today. Go take a look for it. This is a really, really cool project. So
it's like easier and easier. It's like basically almost solderless now, right? You just plug in a couple things and
there was
a little bit of soldering, but no coding.
It's a lot of wire splicing because none of the wires are long enough, that kind of thing. So there was, it wasn't super easy, but a lot of the stuff does just plug into each other. I was using USB splitters and trying to get the power as simple as possible to put together.
So, it looks great.
Yeah, I'm very proud of it.
Works super cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Alrighty. Next up, I think we're going to go to Brandon Lane. There's a DEF CON badge project.
Ooh, just in time. DEF CON's tomorrow.
Take it away.
Yes, we're starting out. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm in a hotel, so it's going to be a little bit weird. I've had this idea that I wanted to do a learning badge or a teaching badge for a long time and didn't really have a way to get it to a lot of people, especially people who maybe haven't coded or haven't done making stuff and that kind of, those kinds of things. And so I really wanted to come up with a badge that was just loaded with cool hardware and ran CircuitPython. And I've got to admit the Discord CircuitPython people are blessings. It was amazing how much help I got for doing that. So with that, this is the badge.
Dun, dun, dun.
So it has all sorts of stuff on it. Yeah, I used UV printing on PCBs to get this look.
Yeah.
Kind of a graffiti brick wall kind of thing.
That's cool.
You can see it's got a tricolor e-paper display on it. Let me plug in this, and it'll start up the basic demo.
Can you hold it to see the scale? It's kind of hard to tell. It's like, is it like 5 feet
It's the
long?
side of a building.
Okay.
It's about 8 inches long, 7-8 inches long, by about 3.5 inches tall. And so it's got neopixels. There's a whole row of neopixels across the top. It's got the e-paper display, the tricolor e-paper display. It has both PWM audio, which you may have just heard, and it also has I2S audio out, and I've got another one off the side running that. And then every letter is a touch sensor on it.
Oh, great.
And then it also has an IR emitter and receiver. And so I have another unit off camera here, periodically just blasting a color code to this thing. And so that's what the LEDs are changing color, is because it's actually getting IR messages. And the great thing about CircuitPython is doing IR messaging in CircuitPython is so easy.
Yeah.
You can send almost any kind of data you want. And so in addition to creating the badge, I've also created an entire workshop. It starts with just basic Python. It's got an intro to Python kind of thing. And then it has a whole hacking the badge series, and it's got a bunch of sample code that the people can work with, a little bit of background on it, which libraries get used, how they can extend it. Even to the point where when I was writing a lot of this Python, I kind of got hooked on using AI code generation. I probably don't want to admit that too much, but it really helped me because
started.
We have a guide and a video about it. A lot of it's based on Lemore's code, so you could just kind of interact with it and get what you need.
It saves me time. I'm like, oh, I need a demo that plays a WAV file over these I2S pins when I touch a capacitive pad. It's like, it'll just do it for you. It mushes together the examples.
Yeah, for me it was great because the biggest thing it did was I come from programming C and HTML and JavaScript and all that stuff, and I don't necessarily do Python the way Python should be done. And so when I asked it to how do I sort a list? Well, it does it the right way because it's got all this reference. So it was great to be able to tap into that when I do that. And so I've even included.
The C way is actually the worst way to do it. You want to use it like the Python. Python had all the stuff built in, but if you don't know the built-in name, you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I even put that in the workshop. There's little snippets saying, try this AI prompt or extend this example this particular way.
Yeah.
And so, and it uses the synth IO feature, which I love in CircuitPython. So it really brought together a lot of different things. And because it's going to be a badge and it's going to be worn, we even managed to get USB lanyards made.
Oh, fun.
Oh, wow.
So all the next-gen participants that get the badge are getting a lanyard. And so they can plug it right into their computer using their lanyard.
Can you turn it over? Can you see the other side of the badge? Or is it like, there's no other side?
It's actually got a 3D printed case on it on the back of it. And I stuck it down.
It's the box. Okay.
I really wanted it to be protected because it's going to get banged around.
Yeah. This looks great. It looks so finished, like a finished good. Like the graphics look great. And it's
actually I ended up creating a font in Inkscape to do this. So I actually have that full font. I can write any text I want. Matter of fact, if you actually look at the text in the e-paper, that's using this font.
Oh, great.
So I went through the process of creating a TFT. Yep. And then I followed the Adafruit guide for how to convert a TrueType font to a font that I can use in CircuitPython.
Yeah.
This is great. Okay, well, if people want to learn more about this, what can they do after seeing this great demonstration? So
DCNecxtGen.org is the domain for this group. We're going to be at DEF CON this week, and we're on Twitter all over the place. So there's lots and lots of stuff. DEF CON Next Gen on Twitter, you'll find us. Almost all social media platforms have DEF CON Next Gen on it. And we're going to be spreading the word on this because all the workshop stuff, that's all online already. So
Great.
if you want to just learn some basic Python, it's a great place to start. And then it jumps into all the different things you can do with CircuitPython.
Outstanding. Okay.
Yay.
Well, send us a recap or whatever when you're back, and we'll put in the newsletter and all the great things that will help get the word out about all this.
Love to. And again, a huge thank you to the Discord staff that do both help on CircuitPython and then CircuitPython dev, because this badge is actually at circuitpython.org.
Yes, that's right. When we do builds, people can download the firmware for it, and it's more than just code. It's a community of people. So thank you so much.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Huge thank you.
Alrighty. Next up, I'm going to go to, I think, Andrew. Yeah, hey, Andrew.
Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? What you got?
I got a sticker. This is from my very first one. I realized it was 10 years ago this month.
Wow.
Yeah.
I showed my chatbot, my physical chatbot. I used the text-to-speech chip. I think it was from Joe Grand at EMIC2.
Yeah.
You did that
It was really fun. I think I might revisit it. But
yeah.
Today, I've got a tiny little web server. And, yeah, you can see it down there. It's a QT Py ESP32S3, and it's running the example of Liz's code, and I've got a fixed IP address locally on my network. So after watching JP's parsec he did on color, I thought I would just whip up something, and it was a fun little challenge, and it really turned out. So I got these sliders working. They're just HTML input sliders. And when I send the value, obviously it sends it. It's no party parrot like in Liz's example, but it does give a really good response.
That's fun.
So the sliders were real fun, and that swatch up top is still your traditional color picker. So you can go between these, and now you can see the hue saturation values. You can go into your hex values. But yeah, it's fun. I convert the values from 0 to 255. Convert that to hex, send it to the swatch, and then post that over to the internet. And because I save the value, if I do hit refresh, it's going to hit the last saved value. So it's posting, yeah. And again, I'm going to post all the code. I have it on my website, and I'll post up a link. But it's a fun little thing to have a whole web server working on.
That's so cute. And it's CircuitPython, so it's fun. It's easy to change it, upload files.
Yeah.
Look great.
Yeah, fun little project. And welcome back. I hope the move everything went well there.
Yeah, we're here. That's all that matters.
I have all my fingers.
And thank you so much for being part of this great community for over a decade doing show and tell.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for hosting.
All righty. We're going to go to Jim and then Mark. Jim, what do you got going on?
Hey, y'all, and welcome to Brooklyn again. I was the guy I ran into in the park.
Hi.
We met in the park. This is literally the story
It was amazing.
that Brooklyn and the Park Slope area has. You just get to know people.
Look at that cool sand.
And it's like, oh, I do some stuff. It's like, come on the show and tell. And that's how we kicked that's how we kicked off our one of our first nights here. So Jim, take it away.
Yeah,
That
check out
was
the
really
synthesizer.
sweet,
What's
but I
going
hope
on?
you all got settled in and
Working
it's a
on
good
it.
place. All right, the sequencer I told you about that I've recently figured, I'm going to put you're hearing me okay, right?
Yeah, you sound great.
The mic on the desk. This is a little rogue, but anyhow, I got into modular synth. If I can calm down here. About 2 years ago, but I didn't want to go down the rabbit hole of all the costs. So I've kind of done it in between, somewhat on the cheap, somewhat as I can. So in the back is kind of what I built. That's not so much what I'm showing, but I'm showing because this is part of it. But I just finished this puppy that my faceplate is a little ghetto. I just did it out on mat board and stuff, but this is largely for me at the moment. And it's a couple of decks here. This is based on 2 chips. Golly, if I could calm down. Most of the circuitry is on the bottom. Hardware, oh goddamn, hardware input is on the back. I mean, for power. And let me set that down. I may be better. And the top stage there is, let me back off, is controlling. It's the pots and the inputs. And it's 5 steps, and you can sort of see it counting. My display of the lights in the end I covered, but they peer through the top layer of the board.
Oh, yeah.
it was designed, the circuit's designed by a guy named Moritz Klein. He's a great YouTuber on this stuff for encouraging DIY stuff. So I did screenshot. He gave a parts list, and I just like got screenshots of everything and built the circuit over time, and did several breadboard reiterations, and finally it came to be, and a few stumbles, but in the end it came to be. And I'll give you a little demo here.
I love it.
And anyhow, it was a pretty good accomplishment.
Right on.
Great.
Good work, Jim.
I love that. I love all the patch cables. It's like a classic style.
It's like mad, you know.
It's a great little hobby. You're just like constantly just
it is. I've been with music a long time, and I keep kind of reinventing myself every few years. So I had a friend who encouraged the modular synth interest, and I went, "What's that?"
Oh, yeah. and that was the last we heard of him. Yeah,
indeed.
Liz, who's on vacation, but she does a lot of projects.
That's what I know. I followed a couple of things for MIDI interface,
synth and modulars, and now she's into like robotic instruments. Yeah, it never gets old. Super fun. So check out some of her projects. I know there's a big community of DIY synth music and sequencer makers.
Well, that's super.
All right, Jim. I'm sure we're going to see you in the park over the weekend. So
all right, super. Thanks for getting me in the queue tonight. But again, welcome to the place.
Yeah,
thanks so much, Jim.
He's a great synth DIY video maker.
Yeah, Morris Klein.
Who is it?
They put a link to the chat so other people can check out the videos.
Okay, I will. He's really awesome. I've learned a lot.
Okay, cool.
All righty. Yeah, this is great.
Bye-bye.
All right, Mark, what you got going on?
Play us out.
Thanks. Well, congratulations on your move to start.
Whew, still unboxing, but we're here.
You will be for the rest of your life, probably.
Yes.
But so I'm just working on revision of something I showed about a month ago. I haven't had a lot of time on it. I get about 2 months of summer here if I'm lucky, so I haven't been inside a lot. So the slightly out of focus board at the bottom was the magnetic rotary encoder I made a month or so ago. The new tiny little one at the top, which I will try to get my finger in there for a scale. I wanted to, 1, shrink it, and 2, in the upper right corner, there's a transistor to try to get the SPI lines. It has a shared data line for input and output, which works fine with Arduino, but not with CircuitPython. It can't handle switching back and forth rapidly like that unless I made a change to the core. The transistor, according to the spec sheet, is supposed to allow me to share them. I was hoping to get that working tonight. I did not in time, which is all the wires to my CLA behind it, trying to figure out what is going on. But yeah, so far it's just a small update on the project. Eventually this is going to be housed in a wind vane to detect the direction of the wind, and the smaller, the better.
Alrighty, well, thanks for coming by. We miss being on the show and tell and seeing the progress of some of your projects.
But maybe this will encourage some more packing.
Yeah, well, enjoy the daylight while you can. And if we don't see you, we know you'll be absorbing as much UV as you possibly can.
Yeah.
As a redhead, I need to get my share right now and
get it.
Vitamin D, and then soon it's gonna, daylight savings. It's all over, and it's time for make synthesizers, right?
That's one of the things I'd like to do.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mark.
Thanks
we'll see you soon. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming by. This is our favorite 25 minutes-ish of the week. Every single week we are back. We will be doing show and tells every single week, live from Brooklyn. Asking Engineers next. We're talking about our big move and more surprises ahead. See everybody next week. Thank you.
And in 4 minutes.
Bye-bye.